Hey everyone, welcome to CC Prep Video 1 by Puff Trees. This is for the Arknights Contingency contract, specifically Chernobog Area 59, which is the first permanent map. There's a lot of great content out there. I just want to make a quick video, maybe see some stuff, show you some stuff you haven't seen before. So first off, there's the map. Chernobog Area 59 map layout. Doesn't look like anything too crazy at first glance. There's 4 enemy spawn points and 1 defense point, which means, as you can tell in the bottom right of the map, there's a pretty good choke point and gathering there. Very basic about CC. I'm sure you've done at least some research on this, but you increase the difficulty of this map by adding tags. And then the tags add 1, 2, or 3 to the total risk level, and then you add that up, and it's level 18 to get the max rewards on the permanent map. Level 25 was achieved in China 3 different ways. We'll talk a little bit about that here at the end of the map. Alright, so how do you strategize for this? Well, there's a few key enemies that you really need to plan for. And it's more complicated than this. There are additional enemies, but you need to at least have a plan for these. And the first on the left is actually a gas mask. You see them called Butcher a lot in a lot of videos, but the Butchers don't actually have a gas mask. So they're actually gas mask mobs, not Butchers, but you may hear me use them interchangeably. At the top, we got the Hateful Avengers that come. And boy, they start getting pretty strong, as well as the casters in the bottom right and another caster from the top left. And I mentioned about the tags earlier, so let's take a look at them. Here we go. This is all the tags for the first map, and on the left column it's risk 1, middle is 2, and on the right it's risk 3. And you can see they cover a variety of things. They're color coded by affecting allies, affecting enemies. So let's look at the first grouping of them. Highlighted here, all of these boost the enemy's power level. So you can see at the top, enemy attack, enemy HP, on the left side attack range, movement speed, and then the big ones here in the middle right side is boosting that Avenger, and then the gas mask guy's arm militant. And there's 2 different tiers to boost them. So remember, you can always adjust these strategies by toning down. For example, if you can't handle the Avenger well, you can just make the Avenger weaker and still probably get the cap rewards. So besides, boosting enemy power level, there's also tags like these that are highlighted, which limit your own abilities. Squad limit 10, 7, 4. Tiles blocked 6 and 10. Natural DP regen as far as banning casters and medics. So there's a lot of variety here. I want to first talk out a little bit about tiles blocked and what does that mean. One of the tags is you can block 6 tiles. Well, these are the 6 blocks that are included in that. And I don't know if your brain is working like this, but guess what that means? That means GG caster strat, because these 3 bottom upper tiles that are blocked are pretty pivotal for any caster based strategy, as that large gas mask guy walks around, as well as a choke point. So by doing a caster strat, you cannot invoke this. So that's why you see a lot of ground strats and caster ban strats have too high a risk. For example, the highest a caster strat got was 23, or even 22, because they can't use this. It's almost like a free tag. So it's important to know 6 tiles ban really eliminates casters. Well, when you ban 10 tiles, a few additional tiles get banned. Most importantly, these 2 on the right get banned. And what that means is a Sora based strat, or even using Schwarz down at the bottom, that's not going to work for 10 tiles banned. So that's some options of how you have to start thinking about some of this stuff. So back to some basic strategy. And again, this is just a quick video. I'm not going through everything here, but hopefully get your brain thinking and get you prepared a bit. So you got gas mask guys, other armored militants, you got the red Avenger coming, you got casters. How do you handle this? Well, let's look at an example 6 tile block setup. That's why these X's are here. And in general, the only one of the ways to handle this is a Spectre at the bottom as being one of the only ones that can handle the very buffed up gas mask unit with their S2. Typically you need a feeder or some type of knockback on the right. Feeder is great for infinite type of knockback with some slowing support. You need a concentration of DPS here. Schwarz is really one of the only ones that can handle it. And then to handle the caster on the right, it's typically Saria plus some type of guard support. Again, this is just to get you thinking. Obviously, your team would need more than this, and there's going to be a ton of DPS needed just to keep up. But I want to just get your brain working a little bit as far as how to prepare. So this red Avenger, well, use the feeder with S1 at M3 for infinite slow or infinite knockback, but you need a slowing unit. So those slowing unit options are usually Magdalene or Angelina. Magdalene has the advantage of using her drones in the middle of the map to help delay the waves of the Butcher and more variety. Angelina, S2 can actually do a ton of work up there, almost solo them. You sometimes need a Helliger to cover her back. But her S3 is also great at just a lot of damage overall. So if you don't have Magdalene or Angelina, you might need to use some type of strategy with Feeder and other slowing units like Ethan, Manticore, Estina, and Glaucus. There's a ton of options here, and again, we're not going to go into them all, but that's just how you could think about it. As far as the gas masks come, you need big damage to break them, especially when they're buffed. So you need a lot of arts damage. The problem is if you're banning casters, you don't have a lot of options, maybe Angelina. But Schwarz herself, S3, is quite capable of doing a ton of damage. And again, as I mentioned, once you boost them, you can't tank them. Even my level 90 Hoshi can't handle it. So you need Spectre S2. And there's strategies that involve delaying the waves, because there's 4 of each of these big units. Maybe try to align 2 at a time to get the cooldowns up. So there's strategy with timing and delaying it. As far as dealing with the casters, usually Asari on the bottom with their S1 or S2 and some type of guard support, whether it's Helliger or Scotty or Specialist. Dealing with the casters is super important. And we're not touching on it much of this video, but I just wanted to mention it. And remember, you can always, for example, if you don't have a good strategy for the top, you can remove the Red Avenger tags and still be over 18. So, just because you don't have the best units, you have to, still be able to adapt. So real quickly as we end this video, here's some example of completed clears. This is a total of a 19 with a caster-based strategy. So as you can notice here in the tiles blocked, they can't block any. So there's no tiles block 6, no tiles block 10. That's tags you're missing out on. Additionally, with caster teams, notice on the left middle, there's no enemy attack range boost or enemy movement speed boost. And that's because both of those are a pain in the butt for caster to deal with. They're not blocking anything, so movement speed matters, and the attack range can kill them. So this is an example of a good strategy for casters. Notice the Avenger and Arm Militant aren't maxed, but it works. So here's a different one. Now this is 25 with a solo Angelina strat for soloing the Red Avenger. And you can do this because look, 10 tiles blocked. So she's the only one basically on that far right side. But you can reduce the enemy's HP to 25%. And you still have a ton of tags. So this is a potential 25 clear. Now let's say you don't want to use the Angelina solo strat and you want to use some type of Magdalene, maybe Sora, but classic feeder type slow strat on the right. That's going to look like this. And the difference is that the enemy HP, the second one down, can boost up to 60%, but your tiles blocked went from 10 to 6. So that's how they adjusted that strat to keep the 25 total. And I'm just going to get your brain thinking. We've been doing a lot of theory crafting here, but by simply doing the squad to 7 and tiles to 6, you come up with a strategy. 26, 27 is possible. Remember, no one in China ever did 26 on this first one, so you're talking about cutting edge stuff. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but we have a lot of big brain strats coming through down the pipe. So, hey, that's a quick video. Hope you guys are enjoying it and getting ready to be prepared. Next time, we'll talk a little bit more about my specific strategies. But please, if you want to see it, the most action is live on Twitch at PuffTrees. My Twitter, PuffTrees_, will show when I'm going live. And then you see this on my YouTube channel here. So, yeah, peace out. Hope you guys enjoy it.